Is Amazon FBA truly passive income? What if I told you that you could scale your Amazon business to new heights and even create passive income without working 24/7? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. But here's the catch. Not everything about Amazon FBA is easy and effortless as most people make it seem to be. If you ever research Amazon FBA, you've probably seen two extreme voices or opinion. Some say it's hand-off money-making machine that works while you sleep, while others claim it's so much work that you're better off sticking to your 9-to-5 job. So which one is it? In today's video, I'll answer the question, can Amazon FBA truly be passive income? And I'll walk you through what it really takes, what you can expect, and how I've set up my own FBA business to fit my lifestyle. So let's dive right in. My name is Charlie Pham, and I've been an online entrepreneur for over 15 years now. I started my first Amazon FBA business in 2009 in private label and generated close to $16 million a year in sales at around 30-40% profit. That's pretty good. I exited that business in 2016 for a multiple seven-figure payout. I can't share that exact number due to an NDA, but it was enough for me to retire my parents and take care of my family without working for the next 10 plus years of my life. However, why stop there, right? Today, I help thousands of new and existing sellers start, scale, and sell their business in the e-commerce space. I've been in the trenches dealing with the ups and downs, and I can confidently say I'm qualified to answer these questions. So if you're looking for no-nonsense advice from someone who's actually doing it, you're in the right place. When most people think of passive income, they picture things like real estate, buying a rental property, getting tenants, and collecting rent while they sleep. But if you talk to someone who's owned multiple properties like me, I'm also in the long-term and short-term rental business, you'll quickly learn that it's not completely passive. I wish it was. There's tenant issues, plumbing problem, maintenance, vacancies that I have to deal with. It still takes time and effort. And while I'm hiring a property management company that helps me with all of these things, and it makes it a little bit easier, it doesn't remove all that stress and worries. Amazon FBA is similar in a lot of ways. While it's possible to make it hands-off, eventually, it does take some upfront effort and consistent attention to keep things running smoothly. But here's the good news. With the right approach, you can set it up to work for you with minimal day-to-day involvement. Let's start by talking about what it takes to get started with Amazon FBA. Just like real estate requires money for a down payment, Amazon FBA requires capital or money to purchase inventories, pay for the tools, the subscriptions, and pay for any other little things that you need to get the business started. But there's one big difference. Amazon also requires skills. When you're starting off, you need to learn how to find profitable products and make improvements on them. Source products from reliable suppliers. Optimize your listing with great keywords and images. Launch product and run advertising campaigns and getting good at it, like PPC. Manage customer review and feedback effectively. This is the learning phase that you need, and it could take 3 to 6 months of consistent effort. And to be honest, it's where most people give up. They either expect instant result or not willing to put in the time at all. But if you stick with it and build a strong foundation, you'll set yourself up for a long-term success. Now, let's answer the big question. Can Amazon FBA truly be a passive income vehicle? The answer is yes, but only if you set up the right system. Here's what it looks like once your business is up and running. Number one, for example, customer service. This is a key part of any e-commerce business. Regardless if Amazon is handling a lot of your customer service, you still have to handle some of that. They still get through. And you need to respond to customer inquiries, manage reviews, and handle any of the issue that comes up. While this can be time-consuming at first, with the right process in play, it can be streamlined. For example, you can delegate this task to a virtual assistant to address any questions or complaint from customer, ensuring that they feel heard and valued. Most customers just want you to address their issues. The goal on Amazon is to make sure they don't leave a negative review at the beginning. Because if you get a negative 1 star, it could take down like 10 other 5-star, right? You're at 5-star rating. Next thing you know, you're down to like 4.0 just because of one negative. So that's why it's so important to monitor this at the beginning. Now, number 2, monitoring the competitors. Keeping an eye on competitors' pricing, stock level, and new launches is important to stay competitive. If your competitors drop their prices, launch a new promotion, or even run out of stock, these changes can directly impact your sales. So tools like Helium 10 can automate some of this process by sending alerts if the competitor makes significant changes. And staying proactive and adjusting your strategy based on what your competitors are doing is key to staying ahead. Don't just set it and forget it. That's the wrong move, and you will lose your shirt, lose your money, you will fail. Number 3, inventory management is so important. This involves tracking your stock levels and reordering inventory on time to avoid stock out or overstocking. Amazon hates stock out. And stock out can lead to lost sales, hurt your keyword ranking, while overstock can tie you up with capital unnecessarily. And you get a higher fee because of storage, long-term storage fees. By creating a schedule for reorders and tracking inventory turnover rate, you can ensure that your supply chain runs smoothly. The last one, PPC management. Amazon PPC or pay-per-click advertising is one of the most powerful tools for driving traffic to your listing, but it's not a set it and forget it system. To make it work, you need to monitor your campaign performance on a weekly basis, adjust the bid and budget based on the data, test new keywords, remove negative keywords to reduce the wasted ad spend. Now, when you stay consistent in refining your campaign over time, PPC can become a profitable, steady way to increase sales. It does require effort, but you can automate part of the process using Amazon Auto Campaign or tools like Helium 10 Atomic to simplify the work. So here's a real life example of what I did. When I started my first business, I had to pick and pack everything on my own. Before, there were Amazon FBA. Before I found out about Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon, everything was done pretty manually. I print out the shipping label, I grabbed the box, I packed it, I put product in the box, and then I dropped it off at UPS. So honestly, I had to figure out all of that, how to get the product to the customer. And once I figure out how to get our product into Amazon warehouse, that's when things started. That's when things started changing. That's when Amazon started handling the picking, the packing, the shipping, and the customer service for us. That's when things really started to grow and scale. I no longer need to focus on finding warehouses or hiring a worker. Warehouse worker is so hard to manage warehouse workers right now. All I focused on was building the team around sourcing and marketing the product, developing the product. And once I had that in place, I was able to sit back and really just see the business grow. Now, what about the cost? You're thinking about the cost. Of course, running an Amazon FBA business isn't free. You need to invest in tools, and you want to delegate tasks and hire help. Tools like Helium 10, Jungle Scout can help you with product research, PPC management, and competitor analysis. If you choose to hire help, virtual assistant from countries like Philippines typically costs between $3 to $8 an hour, while other regions like South America, from my own experience, $8 to $15 an hour. Eastern Europe is around that price too as well. And it's really specialized. It depends on what you need. The great thing about Amazon FBA is that you don't have to spend a fortune to get started or keep your business running. So is Amazon FBA truly passive income? The short answer is depend on how you approach it. If you're willing to put in the time upfront to learn the business, launch your product, and set up a basic system to manage the day-to-day, Amazon FBA can absolutely become a reliable, semi-passive income stream. And that's how I did it. I had teams of managers, I have employees, I had overseas worker helping me manage my business. And honestly, all I focused on was improving the marketing, improving the process of my business. That's how we scale. So from 0 to $1 million was a lot of my hands-on effort. But then from $1 million to 10 million, there were a lot of team members around me to support me to grow. And it was all system, process, and focusing on generating more sales. So eventually, I didn't set it and forget it, but it was very semi-passive. I worked potentially 4 to 6 hours a day, depending on where my team needed my help. But honestly, once you get the heavy lifting done in the early stage, everything else, the ongoing work, is going to become manageable. And here's the kicker. Amazon FBA has the potential to outperform traditional passive income stream like real estate. For example, the Amazon business I built and sold in mobile accessory niche made me more money in 6 years than my rental will in the 20 years that I own the rental. Rental income maybe $2,000 a month. And if you got a mortgage on it, you might be making like $200-300 a month. I'm not saying that rental business is bad. It just does not have the huge upside and the scale as an online business selling a product. And real estate just requires so much capital upfront to get into and to scale. So it's really hard to get started. And if you screw up one time, you're losing like 30-40 grand. And maybe more than that if you screwed up. Because when you have a mortgage, you owe money to the bank. And if you don't pay your mortgage, they're going to pull your house. And if you can't find a tenant to go inside to pay your rent, during COVID, I went 6 months without my tenants paying rent because they didn't have the money. They couldn't go to work. So it was hard and when I see the real estate business. But for the Amazon business I was building, I mean, sales was going through the roof. And I know this was a black swan situation. It doesn't happen very often, but that's the scale of an online business, is because when things are shut down, people still want their product. And when you're in a place where you can ship the product to them, that's where you continue to make money. And so just think of the future. The future is going to be where most of these picking and packing is going to be automated at the Amazon warehouse. So no matter what happened, let's say there's a pandemic or the world decides to shut down again, product's still going to get shipped out. So I started the business in 2009, knowing nothing. And the model that I went after was private label. That's what private label is. You find a product, you improve the product, and then you put your brand on the product, and then you sell it in the US market. And that's what I did. I sourced products from South Korea, from China, so different regions of the world. And what I did was I learned how to market and brand the product and create a brand. Eventually was able to sell to somebody else, and the brand still exists today. And so that's what private label is. And that's the model that I believe will bring great success. And of course, there's going to be some challenges that you're going to have to figure out. And it's not an easy business. No business is ever going to be easy. But if you stick through it, you follow through it, like how many of our students that work with me was able to generate 6-figure in their first product launch, you can do the same. So if you find this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more tips on building and scaling your Amazon FBA business. And if you're interested in learning about how to start an Amazon FBA private label business and build your own brand, just click the link in below.